So what we're doing is we have Bhakti Padma here. She's just become a devotee and she's kind of a emotional wreck. She comes from a bad background. And Sriradhita Govinda was asking me, if you have a disciple who's very weak emotionally and unstable, how do you deal with them? What do we tell them, and can we make them more codependent on their guru in an unhealthy way, so that by what we teach them, they can't stand on their own 2 feet and they just get worse? Or how do we deal with them? So she's going to play the part.
So I really wanted to ask you, Guru Maharaj, I really can't function like this anymore in my life. I really, as Srila Prabhupada says, I need a man, otherwise I can't think, I can't act, I cannot feel, I just cannot exist without a man.
One of the things that we can potentially do with Bhakti and Padma is completely make her a zombie robot by going in this mode of, yes, you should be totally dependent and so on, because she has an unhealthy dependent mentality. So I'm going to have to tell her things which maybe don't sound right, because she's so extreme one way. I have to tell her to be a little stronger and independent and thinking for herself, which you might say, well, these are not necessarily female qualities. You're intelligent, Krishna will guide you. Use your intelligence, use your intuition. Don't think that other people have to think for you. The other thing I would say to you, Bhakti Padma, is you're not ready to be married until you become stronger. You have to enter marriage strong. You're not ready for it. Your husband is not going to solve all your problems. And if you're not stable, you're going to make a lot of problems for him. If I have a nice devotee here, would I say, Bhakti and Padma, you should marry him, knowing that you'll be so overly dependent on him. You'll drain his energy. You'll create problems for him. I can't do that. And often women will say, can you find a husband for me? And I don't want to tell them no, because you're not ready, although sometimes I will. But in many cases I can't, but that's the reality. So there's no way I would find a husband for you. You would not make a good wife. You don't know. You don't have the qualities that are necessary. You don't understand it. Your relationship.
So are you trying to say that I have no hope?
No, you have lots of hope. But you have to look at it. You have to look at Krishna consciousness in a more independent way. First become self-reliant before you enter a relationship. I'm going to have to tell her things which maybe don't sound right, because she's so extreme one way. I have to tell her to be a little stronger and independent and thinking for herself, which you might say, well, these are not necessarily female qualities. But sometimes when a person is in an unhealthy way, her dependency is unhealthy. That's what I want to say. Unhealthy dependency, you kind of have to bring her across, or him, by teaching some things more about stability, standing on your own, independently thinking and so forth, to get them to zero.